Hello and welcome to Basic Computer Help. In this episode, I am going to discuss the most commonly asked question when it comes down to my computer repair videos themselves. And actually that is, should I work in computer repair? But I'm going to break it up into some of the lesser asked questions because I really can't answer if you should work in computer repair. That's like saying, should you be a nuclear biologist or should you dig ditches? Qualified for them. You know, there's stuff like that. So I'm not going to answer that particular question. I'm going to answer questions like, what is needed to be a computer repair tech? Is there money in it? Should you work for somebody else? Or go self-employed? Start your own business? In this video, I'm going to answer those in a brief way. And in the future, I'm planning to have a video on this topic out every 2 weeks till I'm done. I will have more detailed videos on just a particular question. Alright, let's jump right into this with question number one. What is actually needed to be a computer repair tech? Well, you're going to want to check with your local and state laws. They might have regulations on what is actually required to work on other people's computers. Most states that I know of have just common sense laws. If you see anything illegal, report it. If you notice anything, don't be evil, pretty much. As for personality, you're going to need to be able to troubleshoot problems. I know people that have said that getting into computer repair is incredibly simple. Have a smartphone and Google, and you can do it, no problem. But it actually does look bad on you if you Google search every single problem that you have. After so many computer issues, it's gotten to the point that I can walk into a house and pretty much go, I know what's wrong with your computer, without actually running through a lot of the diagnostic work that is required. I still run it, like the power supply is not working, testing it anyway, even though I know it's bad, because in my opinion, it portrays to the customer, it conveys that it's bad. You know it's bad because you've tested it. When I run to the mechanic and he goes, oh, you have a bad alternator, I'm going to be like, how do you know? If he says, well, I just know because of the symptoms, I'm probably going to be a little skeptical on that. But if he goes, I saw that something wasn't right, and I suspected it was the alternator, so I ran a test, and here's the test results. It'll weigh a lot thicker on me. So another thing I do recommend is to get a job in retail of some kind, or even working with public of some kind, just because you're going to get varying types of customers, and the bad and worst customers are going to make or break you. If you can handle the bad aspects of the public, and even the worst aspects of the public, because you will be interacting with the worst aspects at times, then you can do this job. But if you have trouble interacting with those aspects of the public, this job might not be right for you. Because I can have a week or two where all of my customers are good, but then I'll have a month where it seems like all of my customers are out to get me. A month where, oh my God, I seem to have the worst customers in the world. The next question is there any money in it? That actually depends. In some areas, yes, there's plenty of money in it. It helps a lot if you diversify your business. Don't just go, oh, I fix computers and that's it. Because they'll come to you. Oh, my phone's having some issues. But you don't fix any phone issues, well, you've cut out some money here. I have a customer that has me take pictures of stuff he owns for, like, insurance purposes. If I said, no, I don't actually do that, I just fix computers, that'd be a cut of my income there. I'll have a customer that a lot of times has me upload pictures from his digital camera to his Mac computer, and it's like pathetically simple to do that. I've showed him plenty of times. But if I would have been like, no, I don't transfer pictures for you, I'm sorry, I don't scan documents. I don't just print stuff. I'm just a computer repair tech. If I said that to him, I would literally cut 50% of my income out. So being a computer repair tech isn't exactly just being a computer repair tech. You're going to have to be a technical guy, more or less a jack of all trades. Your average customer is not going to know that there is a difference between a laptop and a printer. Alright? They're like, oh, my printer has a display and it says stuff, so it's thus a computer. And I have had a customer tell that to me once. Should you work for somebody else or should you be self-employed? I have always been self-employed in this job. I have never worked for somebody else. I have worked for somebody else in other fields. Most notably, as everybody knows, was in a major auto parts retailer. And I'm actually thankful for that job because it introduced me to a lot of the public. And I got the good, the bad, the ugly. I have had days where I've gone home and just hated everybody I worked at. And had an extremely good kill-to-death ratio in Black Ops that day. But in computer repair, I've never worked for anybody. I've never actually had a boss over me. I actually do know people that have done both. Worked for themselves and worked for somebody else. 2 people, actually. And one prefers working for himself. He does not like having a boss, even though he actually does have a boss. I'll go into that in a minute. And then I have somebody else that prefers working for somebody else. He prefers somebody else to run the business aspect, and he only does the computer work. Now, if you do work for yourself, you do have other bosses. All of your customers are technically your boss. They're the ones that are cutting you some kind of a paycheck, so they're your boss. So if you do go in the route of self-employment, should you be mobile or should you own a storefront? I'm not really going to answer that question because there is extreme pros and cons to both. I am a mobile computer tech as defined by the state of Michigan. That means that computers don't come to me. I go to the computers. And actually, I am not allowed to have customers come to me because I work out of a home-based office. So I cannot actually have customers come to me. Should you build computers? Should that be part of your job? I do on occasion build computers. I usually recommend against it, having me build a computer, unless you want a high-end gaming rig. But lately, the last couple years, everybody that's come to me has wanted like mobile devices. Unless you're ordering in extreme quantities, you can't get branded laptops or even phones and stuff like that. I don't know if you can actually get a branded phone, but a self-branded small business laptop, you have to order in a high volume. So, what's a little bit about my business? I, like I have stated earlier, go to you. You have a problem, you call me, I run out to your house. And then I fix your computer there. One of the perks to that is the customer themselves, they do not have to disconnect their computers. The downside is that since I don't have a storefront, I can't rely on people driving past my store and going, oh look, I need to stop at the computer store and have them fix my computer. Or I should call them, see if they can come out. I don't have that level of advertising. So, there are other ways. I have had people ask me questions on the street. I was recently buying my brother a laptop, just a month ago actually, and to which I actually did the store's job for them in terms of I sold 3 computers right then and there, and helped out 4 customers. Didn't get any payment, but I did spread my business out that way. That was pretty good. So I pretty much try to interact with the general public. That still can be hard. When I was younger, I used to be very shy. I still am a little bit. One of the best investments you can make is to go get yourself some business cards. This is actually a networking card, so it does not have my phone number. I will actually post a picture of this. That's actually one of the best things to have. I invested last time I ordered from where I get my business cards at. A business card holder, that way I could just throw them in my pocket. I used to throw my business cards in my wallet, but my wallet would bend them, so this makes it a little more professional. They're crisp when you hand it to your customer. It's just better this way. I work out of the Tri-County area, so when they call me, usually I'll go, are you located in Wayne, Oakland, or Macomb? They'll say yes or no. That is actually pretty good. If they don't live in Wayne, Oakland, or Macomb, that doesn't necessarily mean no. That just means I'm going to have to Google search their address and their city. If they live outside of where I am willing to work, I do tend to work with them, and sometimes it costs them extra, but I will run out to their house. So that is actually it for this particular video. Join me in 2 weeks when I'll have a more detailed look at what it takes to be a computer tech. Thank you, and have a nice day.